Hey coaches, I wanted to take the opportunity to walk you guys through the June newsletter and some big things coming down the pipeline over the summer and fall and winter here, the rest of the year for 2017, because you might get some questions from athletes in the box. Over the next 7 to 10 days, I'm going to be reaching out to each one of the coaches to see if I can schedule 15 minutes with you before or after a class you coach or maybe work out in, just to make sure everybody's on the same page and everybody's up to date. We're going to be doing that every 3 months with the coaching staff, just to make sure we're communicating everything clearly. And then of course the program managers that are on site every single day will be making sure that anything that's pertinent will be updated with the coaches too. First things first, in the newsletter, the CrossFit Kids programs for the summer's kicking back off, so make sure you're aware of when they're starting, what time they're starting at, and which location that they're at. You can click through to these links in the email that you received of the June newsletter or on the blog or on social media to read more. If you see Jared Stauffer in the box, make sure you say hello and make sure you congratulate him on being Athlete of the Month. He's been with us for almost 5 years, so that's a pretty big deal for the company. So make sure you thank him for being loyal to us. And then we started this month with the Rail Yard Athlete of the Month to Lauren O'Malley, so you can read more about her there. Our next community event is going to be an outdoor movie night in the King of Prussia Town Center. We're going to be watching Back to the Future, and this is not a CrossFit only event. This is a community event, so they do it every summer there, and you guys can grab food from the local restaurants or bring food in and set up a chair. It starts at 7:30 p.m. on the 12th. This is a Wednesday night, so hopefully some of our athletes and coaches can make an appearance. The community events for May wrap-ups is in this newsletter, and then the program updates and upgrades, which is one thing that I want to make sure everybody's clear on. In 2017, Marilyn and I made some changes to the company to ensure that we can sustain because of additional competition entering the market, but also so that we can sustain for 3, 6, and 12 months down the road, making sure that we understand the company as best as we can and how it operates. So we're going to be bringing some additional things in to help our client retention and increase the longevity of the client with us. But we are also making some changes to the programs and the pricing. So you can click through over on your email to read more about that. And here's where it's going to take you. We'll talk about the additions to our team, about bringing on full-time staff, about Mike Pinelli, Betsy Ingalls. We brought on Steph recently as an employee to run programs, and then starting in July, Ray as our program manager over in Ardmore. That's going to be taking on the same role as Mike over here in Wayne. And when we meet up with the coaches, we'll talk more in depth about how these roles are going to play out at each location. We chat in this letter about the foundations training and Bring a Friend Day. I've had some questions about this recently, and all our athletes are required to meet one-on-one with our coaching staff before they jump into a class and sign up and complete foundations. So we just express here how that maximizes the athlete-coach experience. And then we also have Bring a Friend Day on the first and third Wednesday of the month, and they can click this link here to submit their friends' information. They don't have to, but if they do submit their friends' information and they sign up, they get paid. Additional programs, we chat about Rail Yard Fitness and how Skills and Strength has gone on hiatus for the summer. But this winter, this September, we're looking at bringing in Philadelphia Barbell Club for Sundays. So Jim's going to be coming into both locations on Sundays. It'll be an additional fee, but we'll be looking at bringing in the Philadelphia Barbell Club at the mainline CrossFits. We talk about the programming, how we've removed the WOD notes and shifted everything forefront so everybody can see everything and understand the intent of the workouts. The class scheduling, how we added additional classes. This is a big one, the fitness evaluations. We've been doing this with athletes since April, but we do goal setting, and then we do 30-day, 60-day, and 9 and 6-month reevaluations of their goals, but also the CrossFit workout baseline. Any athletes that we have now are more than welcome to jump into this. They've all received emails for it. We also allow 15-minute free evaluations with Dr. Stu and Dr. Asaf for mobility concerns and then they get a 30-day reevaluation from the doctors too. One other thing that we're going to be, or two other things that we're going to be bringing in. One is going to be heart rate monitoring for our coaching perspective, so coaches can do a better job of monitoring athletes and encouraging them to perform to the level that they need to that day, and we'll chat more about that in our one-on-one meetings. We'll also be bringing in body composition testing, which is a non-invasive way for an athlete to do their body composition on a monthly basis, and we're going to be hopefully bringing that in this winter. Both of those things are pretty big investments on behalf of the company, but we are hoping that it's going to increase our client retention by showing them results. This fall and winter, nutrition consultations are also going to be brought in-house. We have a few different companies that we're still interviewing and trying to figure out what is the best fit. We know we have a lot of companies that have success with certain methodologies of nutrition, so we may stick that way, or we may bring in a company that just does it all. And then finally, we talk about our new program pricing in terms of agreement. This is something that I would suggest that you guys click through and take a look at. The contract pricing is listed right here for all of our athletes to click through and see. We don't publicize this on our website Forefront, but it is put here for a link for a limited time. You'll notice that we have 6, 12, and 18-month packages, and that the 18-month packages takes people back to 2012 rates, so that's pretty encouraging. One thing that we talk about in the athlete program upgrades and updates letter is that for long-term members, they're not going to see a change as long as they don't make a change. So they can stay at their month-to-month pricing forever as long as they don't change anything. If they want to go from unlimited 3 days a week or 3 days a week to unlimited, then we're going to ask them to go to contract. If they freeze their plan, they can go back to what they existing when they were on. Without going to a contract. There's only 2 additional terms of agreement that have been added in, and those terms of agreement can be found down here when they go to cancel or hold. The first one is if they hold their membership, there's a $30 hold fee per period that they hold. So if they hold for 15 days, it's $30. If they hold for a month, it's $30. And that is to encourage athletes, or 2 things. 1, to pay for the admin fee, but 2, to encourage athletes to shift to contract pricing. All right, and then there's cancellation. So for all athletes that are not on contracts, so athletes that are paying month to month, there's now a 90-day cancellation period. So they have to give us 90-day notice to cancellation, and that's been updated in our terms of agreement. The goal is to get hard copies of this to all the athletes in the mail, in the physical mail, and also through Wodify. So you'll see it pop up as an icon on their name when they sign into class, and they'll need to click on that and then go sign the terms of agreement. They don't need to sign it for it to become legal, but it's going to be there. We don't want to hide anything from anybody. What we're doing is we're making changes to the company in order to secure our longevity as a company, to make sure everybody has a place to train and work for years to come. If you have any questions, let us know. Again, I'm going to be reaching out to each one of the coaches over the course of the next couple days to schedule time, 10, 15 minutes before a class they coach or train or after, just to make sure everything's clear on the new roles of Ray and Mike and Betsy, but also on the program pricing in terms of agreement and things that are rolling out to athletes over the next several months. Thanks for your time.